Hello everyone, back tuning into today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather next 10 to 14 days. Today's second video, so day 10, will take us to around the 1st of December. Can you believe it? Last month of the year, at day 10, beginning, 1st of December. Yeah, we have set out beyond that, we extended GFS and ECM ensembles available to around a couple of weeks. I'm going to have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of video. For the next 4 weeks, that will take us into the last stages of December, of course. Weekend forecast has just been released, actually a weekend look ahead, and we've got some interesting trends going on in the week ahead. Higher pressure trying to get going over Scandinavia, low pressure out in the Atlantic, so you know, battle lines perhaps being drawn by the end of November. Have a look at weekend broadcast and see what's going on there. We're going to have the 8th Christmas update for you tonight. Can you believe that? 8th Christmas update on the way tonight. That's going to be absolutely great. Absolutely fantastic. And that'll probably be around 7-ish, I would have thought, tonight. Right, now, before we do anything else, I'm going to say thank you so much to our latest channel members. So we did a live stream last night. It was very, very enjoyable. I hope you all had a good time on the live stream. You know, had a laugh, and it was a lot of fun. And we picked up a new channel member in the live stream, then another channel member after the live stream. So the same channel member I'm going to shout out on Monday's 10 to 14 day. But I'm going to shout out the channel member that we picked up during the live stream. So I'm going to say thank you so much to Mortal. Thank you so much to Mortal for becoming a GavsWeatherVids channel member. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Mortal, for doing that. With the same channel member that we picked up after the live stream, by the way, we are now at 49 channel members. So just one more channel member will get us to 50 channel members. Absolutely incredible. When I started opening up GavsWeatherVids 2 channel members, I never in my wildest dreams thought that, you know, we'd get 50 channel members. Absolutely amazing. So thank you so much to all of our channel members. Thank you so much to all our patrons as well, and all of our PayPal donors. Really is incredibly kind what you do for me and also for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much to Mortal. Now, also right at the very, very end of the live stream, and I did not see it until I stopped Streamlabs and ended the live stream. But at the very, very end, there was also a super chat from Jaris, and I missed it because I was wrapping up the live stream, and I just did not see it. So thank you so much for the super chat to Jaris as well. Right at the very, very end of the live stream. Thank you so much to Jaris for the super chat. And back to all of the super chats that we have through live stream as well. Subs-wise, we are at 8,160 subscribers. So another 40 will get us to 8,200. Would be nice to reach sort of 8,200 subscribers before the end of November. If we can get to like 8,250 subscribers before the end of November, I think that would be pretty good, you know, because we'd be like a quarter of the way to 9k then. So please, if you haven't yet subbed the channel, then please can you do so, and make sure you tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids, get them to sub as well. And that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. And a big, big thank you to Mortal for becoming a channel member for GavsWeatherVids. Right, so let's get on with the video then. I'm going to start off with Central England temperatures. So the CET is currently looking like this. Very mild November, currently standing at 9.7, an anomaly of 2.8 degrees above average. That is provisional to yesterday, to the 20th of November. So it's been a very mild November so far. This is probably going to tick down somewhat before month's end, but I think there's a good chance this might stay in the 9s actually. If not the 9s, sort of upper 8. So sort of 8.7 to 9.5, I would think, is kind of like where we'll probably finish up, somewhere in that area probably. So anyway, it's been a very mild November so far. These are the 500 millibar high anomaly flow charts from Penn State University for the next week to 10 days. We've got the ECMWF on the top, and the GFS, which you're going to look at in a moment, is on the bottom. So 500 millibars is an area in actually high pressure, low pressure, being moved around by the jet stream running above. Red extrapolates high pressure, red and orange extrapolating to high pressure, blue to low pressure. Now look at this with the ECM. We've got this area of and this gets us to the beginning of December, by the way. We've got this area of high pressure extending in from the Atlantic into northern Europe. Low pressure, below average heights, are pushed to the north along with the jet stream as well. That's just about keeping us in a westerly flow. We're just about maintaining a westerly flow. But if that area of above average heights was to go any further north, it only just have to go just a little bit slightly further north, just up to here, we would start to pull in like an east wind. As it is, the east is mainly going down into southern and southeastern Europe on that scenario, but just inch that high pressure a little bit further northwards, ever so slightly move it northwards with the jet stream, and we'll start to pull in an easterly underneath it, which of course December would be calm. Now this is with GFS, and this shows battle lines drawn. So this is another scenario that we might have by the end of November, so December. So low pressure out in the Atlantic, deep low pressure in the Atlantic, high pressure up towards Scandinavia. The high pressure, low pressure really battling it out. The low pressure is trying to keep wind in from the west, maintain westerlies. Of course, this easterly is this high pressure trying to bring in easterlies. And we're sort of in the battleground scenario. We're in a battleground scenario there. Which way would it go? Would it be the westerlies would eventually manage to collapse the ridge, or with a jet stream as well? Or will it actually be the high pressure that takes over? Will it be that Scandinavian high that takes over and gets the wind into the east for early December? If it gets the wind into the east for early December, we may get some snow early in December. It's not impossible. It's not impossible, everyone, that we might get some snow in early December, but we've got to get the Scandinavian high taking control of the weather before it happens. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. The red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average at London today, London town. So starting off mild and average today, the temperature is going to drop down by tomorrow, then lift back up again from the early part of next week, and then it's just going to gradually sort of fall away as we go into the last days of November and through the first week of December. Just see the temperature easing down ever so slightly. But generally staying a little bit below average, actually. Generally, the upper air temperatures will stay a little bit below average as we go through, like, the first days of December. So, if anything, we are on the cooler side, really, particularly compared to where we have been through November. Quite a lot of dry weather coming up over the next few days, gradually turning more unsettled next week. And it's really through the first week of December that we start to see some bigger precipitation spikes coming through then. Some larger precipitation spikes through the first week of December, could deliver some quite unsettled weather. But as it's getting colder as well, you wouldn't totally rule out chance of something wintry as well through the first week of December. Precipitation-wise, a little bit more of a mystery, but I think the temperature trend is clear, which is relatively mild until the closing days of December, then colder, closing days of November, and then colder through the opening days of December. Temperature anomalies from the 21st to 29th of November are still a little bit mild on average for England and Wales, near north for Scotland and for Northern Ireland. Precipitation anomalies overall on the dry and average side, particularly for more southern and eastern areas. This is the latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net showing westerlies are in. So yes, we're still bringing in the westerlies as we have been through most of this month, with low pressure up towards Iceland and in come those westerly winds. So yeah, westerlies driving in from the Atlantic. It's relatively mild and all of that sort of thing, as it has been through most of the month, with wind direction generally from west-southwesterly direction. Right then, so this is how the UK Met is looking for Tuesday, with low pressure out to northwest Scotland, bringing up a very mild southwesterly wind. You're going to see temperatures back up into double digits, low teens actually, on Tuesday. Wednesday, we bring it cold from across the country, that brings a band of rain and cooler temperatures with it. And then into Thursday and Friday, again, low pressure rolls in over top of the ridge, so keeps things unsettled. Wind remains from west up to Friday 27th of November with the UK Met Office. Not much sign of a Scandi high there. Let's have a look at the GFS. It's GFS 12Z. So again, very mild on Tuesday with winds in from a southwest direction. Wednesday, we turn wind round to the west and we lower the temperature as we push cold from through. Thursday, we get high pressure sort of ridging across the country, bringing a lot of dry and potentially quite cool weather with it. Then into Friday and on into Saturday and Sunday, it's a case of watching this area of high pressure developing over Scandinavia. So real battles going on here. We saw it on the 500 bit of our high atomic flow chart, didn't we, from Penn State University. There's the Scandi high, ridging up to like high pressure around Svalbard. That's like the Siberian high, I suppose. Low pressure is out in the Atlantic. In between, we're drawing up like a southerly wind. That's what we call warm air advection. There's a weather front that's marking the boundary between high pressure and the low pressure. What does the GFS do? Let's have a look. So we move up towards day 10, and the GFS actually has this area of high pressure of Scandinavia taking over. So the low pressures out in the Atlantic, they start to move southwards. They move towards Biscay as the high pressure develops over Scandinavia, and we just gradually pull round into the east. So you start to bring some colder air from the east as we get to day 10, which is Tuesday, the 1st of December. So that's how it looks as we get through just beyond day 10, which is Wednesday the 2nd of December. We've got a slack easterly flow. But it's not particularly cold, this, but it is cold enough for frost. Certainly, probably for fog as well. And it's chilly and, you know, it's like a cool or certainly quite cold start to winter. Now, wait till you see what happens with this high pressure. So that's the position of the high pressure on Thursday, the 3rd of December. The high pressure sitting over and just slightly to the east of the country. We go through to Friday the 4th. The high pressure is going from being over to the east of the country to sitting over the top of the country. Where does the high go next? We go through to Saturday the 5th of December. The high pressure then is centred over and to the west of the country. So this is retrogression. This is retrogression with the high pressure. I can't roll my R's, but it is retrogression. With the high pressure moving from east to west. You know that Gav gets very, very excited about retrogression because it goes against the zonal flow. So zonality, the zonal flow is west to east like that. And like that, and I'll do it again like that. That is zonal, west to east. It's like the typical way that everything should move in the Northern Hemisphere. The way we rotate around the sun means that in the Northern Hemisphere, everything is generally moving from west to east. Sometimes, though, you get retrogression where the weather usually high pressure, sometimes it can be low pressure as well, but usually high pressure goes against the zonal flow and goes from east to west. And that's what's going on there. So look where that high pressure finishes up. By the end of this GFS run, which gets us to Monday the 7th of December, the high pressure has retrogressed from like southern Scandinavia to Greenland. Got a Greenland block setting up there, right at the very end of a GFS 6Z. And of course what that does, it forces a trough of low pressure and very cold air out of the Arctic into Scandinavia, and starts to pull down northerly winds. And so, yes, we are on the cusp. We're on the cusp there of a very cold outbreak. Locked in, sort of blocked cold weather with high pressure blocking over Greenland. There's the other air temperature showing that bitterly cold air is just poised to our north. What an interesting run that is. Remember, it's only one run, though, of the GFS. It's only one. 12Z might take all of that away. This is how the GM is looking. So Tuesday, we're bringing up a very mild southwesterly wind on Tuesday with rain in the northwest. Then a colder push across the country as we go through into Wednesday. That takes rain with it. Into Thursday and Friday, we turn cooler, but also drier. GM is trying to get some high pressure going over Scandinavia. Look at that. We're trying to build up over Scandi. We move up to day 10. And what's it going to do with that Scandinavian high? Let's have a look. So this is how it looks as we get to day 10, which is to Tuesday the 1st of December. So again, we're sort of in a no man's land. We have got some higher pressure over Scandinavia. We've got this low pressure that's becoming a bit stuck over the top of the country in UK and Ireland, and we've got a ridge out in the Atlantic as well. So that could go in any direction. That's the sort of chart that could go in any direction. We may see this low to south of Greenland sort of rolling in and pushing the Scandinavian High away. Alternatively, we could see this low going in that direction, a ridge pulling up there and allowing the Scandinavian High to take over and turn the wind into the east. So you could go in any direction really at day 10 with the GEM. It's all to play for with that one. And then we've got the ECMWF as well, again bringing up the mild southwesterly winds on Tuesday. Wednesday it turns cooler, so then we drop some high pressure in from the west for Thursday, turn things drier, but it will be cold as well. High pressure sits over the top of the country as we get through to Friday, 27th of November, so that's going to be quite dry and cold, probably with overnight frost. The highs having a go against Scandinavia. Look at this, the highs trying to ridge up to Scandinavia on Saturday, 28th of November. What's the ECM going to do? But it does actually develop a Scandinavian high. That's it just there. But it's still bringing in energy from the Atlantic with westerlies. So again, this is very much a battleground type scenario where the Scandinavian high is trying to pull in easterlies, the low pressure in the Atlantic is trying to bring in westerlies, and there's probably going to be a weather front somewhere like that, bringing some spells of rain. As we move to day 10, we actually find the westerlies win. The westerlies win with the ECM midnight run. So low pressure in the North Atlantic, bringing in most westerly winds as a high pressure is sort of slipping back into western and northwestern parts of Russia. However, that's again just one run of the ECMWF this time. So that's as much as we can say. It's only one run, and I think there's going to be quite a few twists and turns for this early December period before we get this result. This is a rainfall forecast based on that ECM run from Temeteo.com. So rain particularly in the north and west over the next few days. Very little in the south and the southeast. Quite wet there in the southeast though as we get through to 25th of November. But generally, we're going towards higher pressure next week, which will be turning things drier, but it will also be a little bit on the colder side as well. As we get to day 10, that's how we're looking. Wet in the north and west, mainly dry down in the south. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the 1st of December. We have 14 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure slipping through the country. And we're actually going to be doing something like that. So cool and unsettled at day 10 with that option. 13 have the high pressure over Scandinavia taking over. So they're bringing in easterly winds. That's similar to what the GFS 6 said is showing, I suppose. 11, which does include the operational run, look like this. So you've got the high pressure over Scandinavia, just a little bit more of a southerly type influence though, with low pressure out to the northwest. And so the Scandinavian high just doesn't quite take over with that one. 7 have high pressure over country and slightly to our west. They're bringing in like a westerly flow. And 6 with low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south. That's going to be like the mildest option really. But it could be a bit unsettled, especially for more northern areas. So you'll have gathered from that, I mean, it's all to play for, isn't it? For the beginning of December, really is all to play for. It could go in any direction. And just got to wait and see. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This gets us to the 6th of December. We have 19 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure to our east. High pressure is to the west. They're bringing like a cool, or perhaps very cool, northwesterly wind. 19 with a ridge extending through the country and going to the northeast. Low pressure is up to the northwest. Jet stream doing something a little bit like that. And then 13 have an area of low pressure centered right over top of the country combined with Middle Atlantic Ridge. That's going to be the most unsettled option, of course. And it could be a little bit on the cool side, actually. We could be on the cool side of the jet stream with that one. Right, let's just have a look at GWV2 before we go. So these are 500 millibare heights broken down to week periods. The first week period takes from the 21st to the 27th of November. The coming week we'll have high pressure over to the south of the country. Low pressure is to the north. Jet streams push northwards. There should be a lot of dry weather around in the week ahead, and it will be pretty mild. Week 2 is going to be the 28th of November to 4th of December. High pressure again to our south and southwest. Low pressure is to our north and northwest. Jet stream is pushed northwards as well. So again, should be, you know, quite a lot of mild weather with that, with generally westerly, driest in the south, wettest in the north. Week 3, much more unsettled and a lot cooler too. This is the 5th to the 11th of December, with low pressure sinking in from the north-northwest. High pressure pulling out into the middle of the Atlantic. Winds are going northwest-southeast, or certainly the jet stream is going on a northwest-southeast alignment. So very unsettled with that, and potentially quite cold as well. The air is coming in out of Greenland with that. So a lot cooler, maybe colder, and unsettled in week 3. And then week 4 is the 12th to the 18th of December, with the high pressure then slipping back into Eastern Europe and Western Russia. Low pressure out towards Greenland and Iceland again, and a mid-Atlantic ridge. Again, it looks like we're probably lining up the jet stream northwest-southeast. So remaining unsettled really. And again, could be a little bit on the cool side, especially for more northern parts of the country. I don't think we have to look beyond this Scandinavian High, though. I think that's where the focus has got to be, with Scandinavian High at the beginning of December, and the battle between the Atlantic and the Scandi High. Which way will it go? We shall find out in the coming days. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, please can you click like, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and don't forget to tell your friends and family about GavsWeatherVids. And if everyone who subs brings a friend, then we shall get to 9k that much quicker. We are on the grind to 9k subscribers. We've got a long way to go before we get there. We're only at 8,160 something. But you know, we keep putting them on, put a few on every day, and eventually we will get ourselves to 9k. And then we get to 9k, of course, the target, the goal then becomes 10k subscribers, but I do not know when that will happen. That might be like in a year's time or so. It'll be a very long way out, but that's the ultimate target, to get to 10k subs. Right, okay, so that's it for that one. Now we're going to have the Christmas update coming up for you tonight. I think it'll be around 7 o'clock. That's the 8th Christmas update. Last Christmas update was very cold and snowy, and so we shall see, you know, whether the 8th update continues with that, or whether it proves to be a letdown, and we'll find out. We'll find out together around 7ish tonight. Tomorrow we've got the 12th and penultimate Christmas update, winter update part 1. That will be coming up at 10 a.m. Tomorrow. We're going to have the ECM, we have Mesh France, DWD and JMA long range update as well, by the way, tomorrow afternoon. That'll probably be released around 3ish, I would have thought. And also we're live streaming as well. Don't forget that. We're live streaming from 6 o'clock when we'll discuss the 12th winter update part 1. And we'll be taking questions with that one too. And no doubt we'll show some winter data, almost certainly from the CFS V2. For this video though, that's all for now. I'll see you later on for the 8th Christmas update, or for tomorrow's updates, or for tomorrow's live stream. But that's all for now, and thanks for watching.